Okay, so we're back and you have all of your stuff set up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't record this the day later. I actually just stopped the camera and started again. So my saran wrap is not ready to take off yet. Yours is. So you can take your saran wrap off, and if you have a really cool texture, that means you did it right. I will put in a picture here so you guys can see what that should look like, okay? But we are going to move on here. So we have 4 of them done and we have 5 to go. So we got to get going. So we have wash done, value, rubbing alcohol, and saran wrap. Please check those ones off your list and make sure that you can find them here on your tape. So for this next one, we're going to go ahead and start out with my favorite one because I want to make sure that we have time for this. So I'm obviously going to use my biggest section for this because, duh, it's the best. So we are going to be doing the one that is called Wet in Wet, okay? And to do this, what that simply means is that you are painting wet paint on a wet surface. So to do this one, and guys, you gotta wait. You have to wait. And this is a really, really big space. So I want you to watch what I am going to be doing. So I'm gonna first start by just taking my water cup and getting this section wet. Now I know you can't see the water being painted on there, but I promise you that it is there. And I'm only going to here to now, right now. I'll finish this later because otherwise it's going to dry up. So now what you are going to do is you're going to pick your color, and let's see, I don't know what color this is. So now as I put this here, that color is going to spread out. You can paint dots, you can paint lines, but you want to pick colors, once again, that are going to mix pretty good together. I've been really into these blues and purples. So now that color is just spreading out and it creates this really, really cool tie-dye effect. And you're just going to kind of let it bleed together. So now I'm going to continue this and watch as I put this wet surface down. Some of this is going to kind of bleed over, which is okay. So I'm going to use some more of that purple. And I'm going to drop some color in, and you can just see it spreading out. This one's really cool, to, like I said, to get like a tie-dye effect. Or like a galaxy. So I'm going to drop in a little bit of black. And notice that one didn't spread out a whole lot, probably because it's getting a little dry. So if I go back over with a little bit of water, it'll kind of spread that out a little bit. Now, if it's not spreading out very much, so like I'm going to show you guys over here in this section. So here, you don't have to, you can just do like little lines like this. So let me show you. So just like our little dots. We're just kind of going like that. So that's certainly one thing that you can do. And you can see that they're kind of spreading out. You can take a different color and do the same thing. So if you are getting those white spaces in between there, that means you don't have enough paint or you don't have enough water. So some of you guys might like the way that this looks better. I'm doing smaller spaces. Unlike this one, I was doing really, really big areas, okay? And if you don't like this, you can always go back over and do something differently. But it's just moving around wet paint in a little bit of a different way. So, after I finish this here, you guys can go ahead and, like I said, take that practice sheet if you feel more comfortable practicing it out first before you put it on here. But go ahead and paint in your section of Wet in Wet, and don't be like me. Label it. Okay, so go ahead and take some time to do that. We'll pause the video. Okay, so on to our checklist here. Wet in Wet is done. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. We're going to go ahead and skip back to this dry brush one. And so what dry brush is that is just you have more paint than you do water. This is going to be very good for using and creating fine details. So your watercolor should already be soaking with color. And here, I'm going to use some red. And so you actually guys, I gotta show you this first. So when you do this, actually squeeze out your brush, okay? Squeeze out your brush or use your paper towel to wipe it off. So I'm just gonna dip into here. You can see the paint on there. And what this is going to do is you should be able to write your name with it or add and draw fine lines and details, okay? So nice, kind of solid designs and patterns. So you can fill that one up however you would like. If yours looks like this, I'm going to show you on the test piece. If your dry brush looks like this, that means you have way too much water, okay? Like, you shouldn't be able to pick it up and it runs down. That's too much water, okay? So go ahead and take a minute. We'll pause the video and you can work on your dry brush. All right, so we're on to our next one. Pardon my reach. So here we have dry brush done. And now we are going to go ahead and do another cool one that I like, and that is called gradient. So what a gradient is, if you look over above the sinks, you can see those colorful posters. Those colorful posters are going to be an example of gradient, where it starts from one color and goes to another. So look at the color wheel, pick a color on the color wheel, and get started. So I am going to start with blue, and I'm going to end with orange, okay? And I ran out of space here, but I'm going to write gradient and point an arrow to that section, okay? So I'm going to start with my color, and this one is very similar to value, except you're using colors instead of water. So I'm going to start with blue. And you don't want it to be super, super watery for this one, okay? And then I said I was going to start with, so blue, then I need to go to green. So I'm overlapping the colors. Oh, that needs more water. That's way too thick. If it's way too thick, guys, you need to add some more water there. Okay, so I'm blending those together. I'm going to use a lighter green. Blend together a little bit more. Now I'm going to use yellow. Using yellow is kind of tricky because it's such a light color that it gets overtaken by everything. So watch what I do here. I'm going to start from the bottom, like Drake tells us to do. And now we go up. So then you just kind of get that nice mix of color together. And I told you we were going to end with orange. So we shall. Okay, so now you have a gradient. If you would feel more comfortable, and like I have a lot of water here, it's spreading down, that's because my paper's not flat, take a paper towel and just blot it off very, very quickly, and they might run together and things like that, and that's okay. So if you want to, you can practice on your test piece, but go ahead, we'll pause the video, and you can finish up or create your gradient. Okay, so gradient is done. I'm going to check that one off our list. Guys, we're almost done. Okay, so we're going to do this really, really easy one. And I'm not really, this one's okay. So I'm going to use it in the second, this little tiny square here so you guys can see it. Wet and wet, you are going to need a crayon. So to do this, you are simply going to press hard with your crayon and you are going to draw something. You guys have probably done this before, maybe in elementary school. but water and wax do not mix. So when the paint goes over top of it, it will create a cool effect. You can use multiple colors of crayons. The one thing that you want to make sure, like I used a red crayon here, so it's probably not a good idea to use a red watercolor. So you want to use something that's opposite of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this light orange color. And if your paint is too thick, it is not going to work. It needs to be pretty watery. And as you do that, the watercolor is not going to stick to that crayon. And you can do any technique. I just did a wash over top of that, but you guys can go back in and you could do a gradient or anything kind of over top of it. Okay? So take a second and you can try the wax resist technique. Okay, so now, guys, we're getting there. Wax resist, done. We have one left, and you betcha I saved the best for last, okay? So, once again, the salt technique. You are going to need that little container filled with salt. So, once again, this one works best if you are using colors that mix well together. And since I'm going to use kind of that orange, well, no, because it's right next to it. Okay, I'm going to use some black because you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to use some black and some of that lighter blue. And I'm going to mix them together. I'm not really doing this in any particular way. But with this one, so please, you should not be starting yet. So this one you need to sprinkle the salt on right away. That is it. And then what it will start to do, it creates a really, really cool texture. I'll kind of zoom in on this in a minute so you guys can see it a little bit better. But what that salt is doing, the water is absorbing it and it creates a very, very cool texture. So you won't fully see how this one works until that water is dry. So if your water is dry and the salt is just sitting on top, that means you need a little more water. So I'm going to take my camera down here. And you can kind of see how it is creating a little bit of a texture. And it will continue to do that as on my sheet here. I still have an extra space. We have gone through, oh, I gotta label these. Ugh, I'm so bad at this. Okay, so we have gone through all of our watercolor techniques. But I still have an empty space, and some of you guys might have more empty spaces. So go ahead, and what you can do is fill that in with your favorite, or maybe you want it to match somewhere else. Fill it in with your favorite, and or if you have more than one space, kind of just repeat some patterns. It's kind of up to you. We're going to be doing something else with this project tomorrow when it is all dry. But I'm going to show you one last thing. Let's say you think this wash section here is very, very boring. You can actually layer over top of it with another wash. So I could use that same color of green. And if you wanted it to be darker, if you try to layer over top of it when it's still wet, it's just going to kind of blend together like this value did. But if you want it to be darker, wait till it's dry. And you can see here that the color is going to get darker. So that looks really cool for layering things. So if you're not happy about your wash, try something else to go over top of it. Okay. So what you're going to finish today is you are going to make sure that all of these white spaces are filled in. And we will check back in tomorrow and see what we are going to do with this piece.